Hello and happy Sunday morning. Do you know that Star Trek as a franchise is turning 60 years old in 2026? That's right. It kicked off with the original series in 1966. We've seen nearly a dozen series since then and 13 feature films. And so for the next couple of weeks in celebration of Star Trek at 60, I'm going to be going through the list of feature films. I'm going to be talking about them in order that they were released. And I'm also going to give you where they stand in my personal ranking of the 13 theatrical features. And so for this first one, we kick off with Star Trek the Motion Picture. This one dropped in 1979. It was literally a decade after the original series ended, brought the original cast back. It is actually so old and maybe so tame by cinematic standards. It's a G-rated film, which is almost a little bit hard to believe. This one comes from director Robert Weiss, who had done some pretty big movies of the time when this came out, notable among them Sound of Music and West Side Story. He had also done an adaptation of the Michael Crichton novel The Andromeda Strain. But you might be thinking to yourself, musicals, not really what I think of when I think of Star Trek. And that's what in part makes Star Trek the Motion Picture something of an outlier. In terms of my personal ranking for Star Trek films, I have it ranked 11th out of 13th. So not at the bottom, but not great. And this is a movie I used to be a lot more harsh about. The action in here is a little bit weird. The uniforms were a choice. A lot of the aesthetics were a choice, but the fanfare that opens it up, the music and the swelling score, the way that we uh, kind of celebrate and look at the ship, this came out at a time when we had already seen other big science fiction films on screen. 2001: A Space Odyssey had long been out. Even the original Star Wars had already come out. So it wasn't exactly breaking new ground. There's some oddities in the plot here. The whole V'ger storyline, Stephen Collins of it all doesn't totally work, but there are some good moments with Shatner and Nimoy, and it is fun to get them all back together. And if nothing else, this kickstarted what became a long running cinematic franchise. So, not an incredible film, not the worst of the films, but an interesting way to kick off this look at the theatrical experience of Star Trek at 60 years old. Next week, we'll be back talking about The Wrath of Khan.